In the last video, we saw how we can create our React application. We created this function in which hello is written. And now we'll go deeper and further in our understanding about React JS. So, you may be wondering how does this simple HTML file works? Like, it looks like a simple HTML, but if you see that this technically, if you see technically how it works, like in the render syntax, it's not HTML, but it's basically a JSX element. Alright, so before teaching you about the JSX elements, let me tell you how this function works. So we'll go to the website named Babel, and we'll paste this render function there. So now you can see how this function is working. Actually, our browser doesn't understand the React language, and when the function is launched in the browser converts it into his own form. It's basically the same thing. If you've noticed that if you've studied the simple JavaScript, you will know what's happening here. Like, if you went through some JavaScript lectures or some JavaScript course, you will know what's happening here. It's basically creating the simple element in which the content is hello world, which is being rendered here. So the JS element allows you to use JavaScript and HTML side by side. If you are simply talking about JavaScript and HTML, like this is a simple HTML file, and if you want to use JavaScript as well, you first make the HTML file and you call the JavaScript file with the help of the JSX file. So you don't have to do that in this case. So you can simply use HTML and JavaScript together here. Because here, the render function renders HTML and the JavaScript method is rendered as well. So this is much easier by using JavaScript. Alright, so if you talk about React DOM, we have to import this thing named as React. So React allows us to use JS elements, and if I remove this here, you cannot use the JS element anymore. So JS elements makes this thing much easier. You don't have to make a separate file for JavaScript and, you know, like all the complexities that comes with it. You can only take JS element so that you can use both HTML and JavaScript together. So that was the basic part. But if we move on, like further, like when we are having more fragments, we'll use JavaScript in JS elements. Alright. Like when it comes to JS, it's not necessary for you at this point to make like extra files and render it. Okay, so hope everything is clear, and now on to the next lecture.